What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. As we know, the Golden State Warriors are having a very disappointing season for the most part after just winning a championship last year. Now, you could say that is a lot due to injuries and other things, but is the dynasty still alive for the Warriors? Right now, they're currently the 7th seed at 31-30. There's most likely still a chance they're going to make the playoffs. The West is so close, obviously, but past that, how much longer does this window or does this team have to keep winning championships around Steph Curry? Well, today I'm going to try to open up that window even further and kind of strengthen it farther as much as I can. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like in this one. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. As always, greatly appreciated. If we take a look at the Warriors, what they're working with right now, of course, you have Steph Curry, who has struggled with some injuries here and there. He is not playing right now. Expected to be back any time now, or somewhat soon. They have Klay Thompson, who's having a resurgence here. There were some guys giving up on him, and he's been pretty good as of late. Jordan Poole, of course, somewhat been disappointing this year. He's had his ups and downs. Draymond Green, who's on an expiring contract, of course. It looks like the writing is on the wall for Draymond Green. A lot of people don't expect him to be back with the Warriors. I would kind of assume the same thing. Andrew Wiggins, Kevon Looney, Dante DiVincenzo has been a really good addition. Gary Payton, of course, he just got the deadline from the Blazers. Got him back, I should say. JaMychal Green, Jonathan Kuminga, Iguodala, Anthony Lamb, Moses Moody, Patrick Baldwin, Ryan Rollins. So this Warriors team, they definitely have some pieces, but we got to try to strengthen this window even further. I want to keep winning championships with this team. So Stephen Curry, of course, is going to remain here. Klay Thompson, I'm going to try to keep here as well. He is going to be making a ton of money next year, but if we could resign him to like a cheaper deal down the line and have him come off the bench eventually, I think that's what I want to do with Klay. I want to have him in Golden State until he retires. Draymond Green, I just don't think he's going to have to be the guy on the outside. I think we're just going to have to let someone go. Draymond most likely will be that guy. But if this team was fully healthy, of course, we know what the rotations look like. Steph, Klay, Wiggins, Draymond, Looney, Jordan Poole as that 6-man, Gary Payton if he's playing, DiVincenzo, and then JaMychal Green. And then definitely want to get like probably Kuminga some minutes over JaMychal Green, because I think Kuminga is going to be a huge part of Draymond Green's replacement. He does progress in 2K pretty well, and he's on a really good contract. So let's go ahead and simulate the rest of the season. Currently 31-30. We'll see if this team could go on a little bit of a run here. And like I said, we're going to try to win as many championships as possible with Stephen Curry still under contract. Today's video is brought to you by Fancustom.com. Fancustom.com is a website that allows you to create your own favorite sportswear, jerseys, jackets, hoodies. Here's an example of what I just made. We got a Lillard hoodie. I put Lillard on the back and then 0. Of course, you guys know it's my favorite player. And I got the Trailblazers on the front. Let me show you the website. So when you go to the website, this is what you're going to look at. So let's just go ahead and start with basketball. Well, recently they just put in hoodies. So we just go to whatever you want to look at. So look at some of the custom hoodies they have on here. So I was kind of thinking about doing something like this, but I just went with the basic, Trailblazers red. And I used this one last time. So basically you go in there, pick the design that you like. You're going to click this one, and then you start to put your own favorite jersey number, your favorite name or team name, whatever you want to do. It is so much fun. It is very customizable. If you want to go ahead and check out the website, the link down to click on it is in the description below. Thank you, Fancustom.com, for sponsoring today's video. So at the end of the season, we finish up as a 10th seed in the West and get to play the Lakers in the play-in round. So we've seen this before. LeBron James versus Steph Curry in the play-in. Steph Curry, of course, averaged 29. Klay with 22. Jordan Poole with 20. Wiggins 16.5. DiVincenzo with 9. And then 8 from Kuminga, 7.5 from Draymond, and 7 rebounds. So let's even get out of the play-in and get into the playoffs. I think if we make the dance, we definitely have a chance of still winning a championship here for sure. So let's see if we can make it happen. Of course, the Lakers have a really good team after the deadline. Pretty solid team. LeBron James is expected to be out, though. So here we go. Can we get past the Lakers? We cannot. We get eliminated and are headed to the lottery, which is really unfortunate. So we're going to have to start in this rebuild with a lottery pick, which kind of is interesting. I guess it kind of helps out in the long run. You got the Clippers and the Celtics. You're going to have the Celtics go on and win a champion. I'm pretty sure the Warriors own their pick anyway. Like, I'm pretty sure they don't have it owed to anybody else. So if I go take a look at that real quick. Yeah, so we have our own pick, which is nice. Projected number 12. Let's see if we find a way to get... Imagine we got lucky and jumped up to number 1. That would be absolutely insane, but I don't expect that to happen. Miami's going to get number 1, or number 14, I should say. Jazz, number 13. Let's see if they jump up. No. Okay, so 12. Moment of truth. Can we get lucky and jump up from 12 to 1? That would be absolutely wild if we could make that happen, but I doubt it. And, okay, it's not going to happen. Damn, a man could wish. But number 12, we still get to add another young piece of the puzzle here, because we do have a little bit of a young core here with the Warriors. Raptors are getting number 1, so they can get Vic, which maybe means Jakob Poeltl could be available, but at the same time, we don't really have cap space to do anything like that. Pistons number 2, Nets number 3 after trading KD and, of course, Kyrie Irving. So I'm going to fill out this coaching staff, and honestly, I don't really know if there's any trades I want to make immediately. Like Wiggins, I don't think you should trade him. He's been a really good piece here. I think Clay, Steph, and Wiggins are all safe. Jordan Poole, I'm probably going to keep the team the same for the most part. It's maybe like a Looney, Gary Payton trade out of the, like, if I could trade those two maybe together with like Baldwin and Rollins, that could become something for us, but we'll see. Let me fill out the rest of this coaching staff, and maybe there is a center I can trade for, because I would love nothing more than to upgrade that center position if possible. We are going to wait till after the draft to potentially look at a center. Of course, Wembanyama goes to Raptors, Pistons, and then Scoot Henderson falls to the Nets, which is kind of crazy. But as far as what we can grab here with our 12th pick, you got one of the Thompson twins on the board. You got Taylor Hendricks. You got Anthony Black, Nick Smith Jr., Noah Crawley. Honestly, I'm looking at Taylor Hendricks here, and that might be the pick for me. I could take a Thompson twin, and that could be interesting to have him develop around Stephen Curry, or behind, I should say. We do have Jordan Poole as a guard already, which is kind of why I don't really want to take another guard. Like Nick Smith would be awesome as well, but like I said, I'd rather kind of have something else developing maybe at the forward spot. So I am going to go ahead and take Taylor Hendricks here with number 12 and feel pretty good about that one. So number 12, we walk away with a 75 overall. Gregory Jackson was there as well. And then Thompson, of course, could have taken, but that's all right. So I feel pretty good about Taylor Hendricks. Welcome to the Warriors. Player options, Draymond Green does, in fact, decline his player option, and DiVincenzo is going to decline his as well. I would definitely love to bring back DiVincenzo if possible. Kuminga and Moody. I definitely think I'm going to be keeping Kuminga, but Moody, on the other hand, I might look to move him. Just kind of depends what is offered up to me. So let's see what kind of money we could sign as far as free agency is concerned. Like Draymond, of course, is here, but I definitely think I'm letting Draymond go. The Pacers give him a 3-year deal. I think it's time to just kind of let him go on his own. So the guy, or what? Let's look at the roster right now. So we got Steph, Jordan Poole. You're going to have Klay Thompson. You could obviously move Jordan Poole to shooting guard if you need to. Just kind of whatever you want to do. We have Gary Payton the second. I definitely think I'm going to use that money to make a trade. Moses Moody, we just drafted Taylor Hendricks. I'm looking to get him minutes right away. Kuminga at the 4. I do believe in Kuminga. I just don't know. I think the front court, power forward, center is really where we need to at least upgrade one of these positions. And honestly, I think Kuminga could become something for us. So I'm really looking at that center position. I do like Kevon Looney, and he's kind of perfect for what they do, but he's only a 78 overall in this game. So if I can get an upgrade there, like I mentioned earlier, I think it's time to actually go look. I would love maybe like a Jakob Poeltl here if he like signed him, like maybe a signing trade with Toronto if they re-signed him. There's like Mo Bamba here as well. That could actually be very interesting. I don't know if he'd be willing to sign. Mo Bamba could actually be like a perfect backup, if not even like a starter. So I think Mo Bamba is going to be a target for me, especially if he plays well with the Lakers. So we could just keep going until maybe he becomes a free agent, and maybe we get lucky and are able to offer him, or even Jakob Poeltl, for instance. Like, we don't have a ton of money. We can offer $6 million, but I'm definitely looking at that center position, or maybe even power forward wouldn't be too bad either. So you have like, I'm not going Carmelo, but yeah, center is probably what I'm looking at. So I probably have to keep going until we get down to the nitty gritty, and we might be able to convince them that like, hey, you're not getting any offers, so you might as well come sign. We're not getting there just yet. I'm going to keep going. And then once we're on like day 12, let's see if we can sneak one of them and then trade for a center. So I am trying to trade for a center here, and I'm offering Kevon Looney, Gary Payton, and Patrick Baldwin in order to get it done. I do feel bad about trading Patrick Baldwin away, but Gary Payton and Kevon Looney's money is going to match up to Capella, who I think would be an immediate upgrade at the center position for what we need right now to continue what we want to do. So I'm going to offer this. This is 3 pieces for Clint Capella. They should accept. That makes the money work. And I also, thankfully, if we go look at free agency on how it went for us, the Warriors, on the last day, I was able to get Mo Bamba and resign Dante DiVincenzo to 1-year deals respectively. So honestly, kind of a perfect offseason in my mind for what we wanted to do. So I feel really good about that. Steph Curry does go down, and Clay is going to keep going down. Again, I'm going to try to resign him next year. Kind of depends how much money he's asking for. Mo Bamba did go down. Moses Moody, I said I was going to trade him, but I didn't. So he's another piece we can add later on. Kuminga's up to a 78. So yeah, overall, I feel really good about how that offseason just went for us. Maybe we could start to move Clay to the bench right now and let Jordan Poole blossom a little bit. That's definitely something we should consider. But overall, this first offseason, I feel really good about how it went. And I'm not ruling out the idea of stopping at the trade deadline. I really love the addition of Obamba and keeping DiVincenzo. I think that was huge for us. I tried for Jakob Poeltl, but he was just a little out of the price range, was not willing to sign for $6 million. But yeah, Jordan Poole is up to an 87 overall. I think it's time to let him, be the starting shooting guard. I do love Clay, but if we could have Jordan Poole start next to Curry, I think that's the best move for us. So Steph, Poole, Wiggins, Kuminga, Capella, Klay Thompson as your 6th man, which I think is great. Mo Bamba, DiVincenzo, and then Moses Moody. Taylor Hendricks right now is going to be out of the rotation, which I feel bad about, but maybe if we move Moody at the deadline, that is something we could consider because he is, he's got 2 years left. So we'll figure it out, though. We don't really have any more expiring money. DiVincenzo, I guess, could be used $6 million in Moses Moody, which makes about $9 million. So we can almost get to like $10 million for a player if we wanted to make another move at the deadline. We'll see if that is there, but I will see you guys at the deadline or at the end of the season. The 76ers have agreed to my trade offer. We got D'Anthony Melton at the trade deadline, which I feel really good about. I actually didn't expect them. I thought DiVincenzo would like get this trade not to go through because he had a no trade clause because he signed a 1-year deal, but he let it go through. So now we have an addition of D'Anthony Melton at the deadline. Basically what this has done, it gives D'Anthony Melton an opportunity to resign with us as our long-term backup shooting guard or backup point guard, whatever you decide to do. He's only 25 years old, which I love. And then Taylor Hendricks gets an opportunity now, which is what I wanted to do. So now it's Steph Curry, Poole, Wiggins, Kuminga, Capella, Klay, D'Anthony Melton as the 7th guy at a 7-9 overall, Mo Bamba, and then Hendricks gets some opportunity, which is what I wanted to do at the end of the day. So I felt really good about that trade. Right now we are currently 36-22, so maybe I didn't need to make a trade, but at the same time I did want to go ahead and have D'Anthony Melton as a guy going forward who I think we could re-sign and is going to be a really good backup guard for us going forward. He's averaging 15.5 on 40% shooting from 3, which is really solid number. So really love the addition of D'Anthony Melton. We have a really solid bench, really solid starting 5, so I expect definitely a championship run potentially this year. John Morant's going to win MVP. Scoot Henderson, Rookie of the Year in Brooklyn. Brogdon, 6th man in Boston. Robert Williams, Defensive Player. Garland, Most Improved. And Joe Mazzulla is your Coach of the Year. Brandon Harrison, Executive. That's for the Cavaliers. So, John Morant, Shea, LeBron, Giannis, and Jokic. All be a second team. Luka, Garland, Tatum, KD. No Stephen Curry, which could be a good sign that like maybe he didn't have to carry as much as Jordan Poole maybe stepped up. D'Anthony Melton made an all-defensive second team, which is really solid. His numbers did go down a little bit, of course, because he, obviously came off the bench for us. So, not too shabby, though. We are the 13th in the West. We get to play Oklahoma City in round 1, which doesn't sound very fun. But we have 28 points per game from Stephen Curry, 19 from Poole, and then 17 from Klay, 15 from Kuminga, 14 from Wiggins, and then 13.5 from D'Anthony Melton, 9 from Capella, and 12 rebounds and almost 2 blocks. And he had 6 from Mo Bamba, and then also, 7 points and 6 rebounds. 1.6 blocks. Hendricks, 4.3 points per game. Obviously got in there late. So, hopefully we can go on a little bit of a run here. We get to play Oklahoma City in round 1. I would hate to lose in round 1 here because I've invested in so much. Well, not really so much, but I have made some moves here to try to make us better. So, hopefully they do have Poole coming off the bench and Klay is back to starting. But let's see what happens against Oklahoma City, similar to the current round, and we are going to beat them in 5 games. So, we do move on. And now we get the team that, of course, the Warriors and the Grizzlies have a little bit of a rivalry, I would say. These teams don't like each other very much because of how much the Grizzlies talk. But hopefully we can take them down. So we're going to go game by game on this one just because this is going to be a close series, I would imagine. So game 1, they go up 1-0. They beat us by 12, 28, 10, and 13 from John Morant. Game 2, they win by 20, 40 and 21 from Ja. Not great. 36 and 8 from Steph. Game 3, we do win. So we're back at home, and hopefully we could take care of both our home games. We do go down 3-1, and we do win game 5. So if we can force a game 7, we are going to be playing at home for this game 6. So let's run an 8-man rotation. We definitely could run a game 7, like 100%. I believe in this team to force a game 7, and we can go to the Western Conference Finals. But got to take care of the Grizzlies first. It's going to be a close matchup. They are running away with it unless we come back in this game, and it's not looking good for us unless we come back at the very end, which we took it for second, and it is a very, very close game. We lose by 1 point. You had Stephen Curry 35, 8, and 9, 27, 3, and 7 from Jordan Poole. Really unfortunate stuff. You're going to have the Lakers and the Grizzlies. You got the Lakers beating the Grizzlies. Man, we were so close, and the Hawks go on to win a championship, even after they traded away Clint Capella. Not a great start for me trying to keep the dynasty alive. I thought for sure we had something going there. Denver's going to get the #1 overall pick. We are not going to have a pick in this draft. It's going to go to the Grizzlies. That might be from the Iguodala trade, which is kind of crazy because I can't think of any other trade the Grizzlies made with the Warriors. But I'm going to go ahead and just bring everyone back on the coaching staff. Really disappointed. Really disappointed. I thought for sure we had a run there for us, but maybe it's time to make like an even bigger move. I did say I wanted to get Stephen Curry. I said multiple championships, but I can settle for at least one more if that's only what I can get. So I really want to win a championship for Stephen Curry. I mean, he's already got a ton of them, obviously, but if we can get him another one, that's what we want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and try to just get whatever assistant head coach here, and then I'm going to start looking at some big trades. I don't know if there's going to be any out there, but I'm going to try, and we'll see if there's anything that we could throw together to, you know, potentially put this team over the top. I officially have a couple guys in mind that I want to add to the roster. We're going to start with the most hardest player to get, and then we'll go from, you know, kind of go, you know, most to least, I guess, if that makes sense. So this one's interesting. I don't know how easy this would be to pull off, but imagine we could pair these two together. So the Nuggets are selling. It's a seller's market in Denver right now. They want to start stockpiling draft picks and prospects. And you can see that Nikola Jokic is not listed as untouchable. So there is a possibility we could add Jokic to this team. I've never been able to successfully trade for him. I did successfully trade for Embiid one time. I don't really have the most assets in the world, so I don't really know if I'm going to actually be able to pull this off. I'm going to have to include some of my salaries here, of course. Jordan Poole would most likely have to be in the trade, but if I could pull it off without him, I'm going to try. So Capella's going to have to start this off because his money's going to have to be in the trade. So I'm going to have to either put Poole or Wiggins in it. I guess I'll start with Jordan Poole just because I think he's going to be more valuable, of course. And then Taylor Hendricks probably have to be in the trade. This is all my depth, but this would just be like the craziest duo I could form right now. And then we could re-sign Clay, and he wouldn't be the best player. I'm gonna offer this. I don't know if they're gonna accept this. Let's see if they do. They don't. So I had to try. I had to give it a shot. It's not gonna happen though. Maybe if Kuminga was in the trade, they're willing to accept it. Wiggins is gonna make way too much money, of course. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull off Nikola Jokic, which kind of sucks. That would have been really fun if I could have pulled that off, but that's not gonna happen. So the next player that I was kind of looking at was Raptors Pascal Siakam. Our power forward spot right now. Oh, he's actually expiring, so never mind. I can't even get him. So what else we got? Like that, Jokic was my dream scenario, but it doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to pull that off. So at this point, like Cat also is kind of a guy we could get and move him to the center position. You can have like a really good big three that spaces the floor with Poole. Yeah, could be definitely a lot of fun. But at this point, and then Porzingis was also someone I kind of thought about if maybe we could just have Capella in this trade. We only need $4 million more, and I don't know if I want to throw Hendricks in here necessarily, but yeah. So Jokic would have been my dream scenario, but it's not going to happen. And now we're in free agency, and it is time to make some re-signings here. So Klay Thompson is asking for way more money than I expected him to, but at the same time, I still don't think I can stay here and let him go. I'm giving him a 2-year deal. I'm going to re-sign Anthony Melton as well. We traded for him for a reason, so I'm going to bring him back. And I was kind of hoping to bring back Mo Bamba. I'm not sure it's going to let me, and it's not looking like it unless if I could just go over there and maybe he could sign, but I did get him on a 1-year deal. So $10 million is going to let me re-sign him. He might resign for that. We'll see. So we'll sign these 3 guys. We bring everybody back here, and we'll have that going for us. So that's going to be our free agency. And I'm definitely going to try to still bring in like another player here or 2. Just try to still make something happen here. I still want to upgrade somewhere. So we're going to move D'Anthony Melton to point guard now since we have Clay there still. So D'Anthony Melton's going to go to point guard. Be our backup point guard. So Melton, Stephen Curry. You're going to have Jordan Poole, Clay, Wiggins, Hendricks, Kuminga, and then Capella and Mo Bamba. I'm glad we brought back Capella. Definitely want to sign like another player, probably at that power forward spot. We have Kenrich Williams, George Nane, Carmelo. Kenrich Williams looks like the guy, or Jayshawn Tate, or Kogie's been awesome for the Phoenix Suns. He could be fun as well. I'm going to give Jayshawn Tate a deal, I guess. Have him come off the bench for us. So I like that one. And we're going to get Jayshawn Tate. So at this point, I think we're kind of stuck with the roster we have. We're going to roll with it. I definitely think I'm going to try to revisit the Wizards at the trade deadline. I'm going to try to get Porzingis, I think. That's the main guy I want at this point. Clay is going to go down, which kind of sucks. Capella is up. Kuminga is up. And then Hendricks is only up to a 76. So maybe he's not developing as much as I think he could, and we should probably just go for it now. So I could still go trade with the Wizards. I didn't want to include Hendricks in the trade, but he would be... So $4.8 million in this trade. And obviously, I just signed Jayshawn Tate, so theoretically, you're not allowed to trade him. So if I threw Hendricks in this trade, $2 million is not going to work. So yeah, Hendricks would have to be in the trade. And I'd hate to give him up, but at this point, we are trying to win championships. So I would offer this. They don't agree to it though. And I'll throw in Ryan Rollins as well. They're still not agreeing. And I'll throw in a 2025 pick and see if they accept it. They don't. Okay, so we'll wait at the deadline maybe. I'll throw one more in. If they don't accept that, I'm good. Okay, so no Porzingis. We're just going to run it with what we got. And hopefully this team does well. Like I said, let's get Stephen Curry one more championship at the very least. I'll see you guys at the deadline or at the end of the season. Luka comes out here, wins MVP. Booker is your rookie of the year. Paul George, 6-man in Detroit. That is nasty work. I don't know why he's in Detroit. Giannis, defensive player. Stewart, most improved. And JB Bickerstaff, coach of the year for the Cavaliers. Harrison, executive. So All-NBA first team, Luka, Garland, Giannis, Tatum, Embiid. All-NBA second team, and then Stephen Curry does make an All-NBA third team again. 28 points per game, 45% from three. This is our chance, man. If we can't win a championship here, I don't know if it's going to happen. So let's go look at player stats. We had 28 from Steph, 18 from Kuminga, who stepped up in a big way. So he has definitely been really good for this team. Jordan Poole with 18, Clay with 16.5, and then 15 from Wiggins, 9 from Capella, 9 from Melton, and then 6 from Obamba with 6 rebounds, also a block. So I did try to bring in Porzingis to the deadline, but I really couldn't make the money work. Taylor Hendricks, you know, I could have threw him in the trade, but at this point, once we signed all the minimum contracts, we were like $10 million off, so it was like, not going to happen. So at the end of the day, we're rolling with Capella, and I'm just hoping this is our championship run right here. So we get the Clippers in round 1. They did lose Paul George, and it looks like Kawhi as well, but they brought in Jaylen Brown and Kyle Kuzma to replace them. I don't know if that's going to do anything. Hopefully, we don't lose the Clippers. We lose the Clippers in round 1. I'm going to be pretty upset. So we're going to sweep them, and we do get out of round 1, and now we get to play the Timberwolves. So Jared Butler starting at point guard, Anthony Edwards, Patrick Williams, which I do love, Cat, Gobert, Naz Reid. A very good team, very solid team, but overall their depth is kind of depleted and kind of sucks. I would expect nothing more than a win here. I don't know why we would lose to this team. We do go down 1-0 though. We even it up. Good start. 2-1. Could go up 3-1. Yes, we can. Can we beat them in 5? Yes, we can. So we're back to the conference finals, and now we get to play the Thunder. So the Thunder are the team that I always fear. They have Sabonis, which is definitely interesting. He did play for OKC once upon a time. It was very, very short, but yeah, he was in Oklahoma City for a second there. You have Chet Holmgren, Emmanuel Quickley. Yeah, let's see how this is going to go. Hopefully we can beat them. Shea and Giddey. I definitely would hate to lose to them. We go up, or we even it up. We're up 2-1. Can we go up 3-1? No. Game 5, big one. Come on, baby. Oh, my goodness. Game 5 was there for us, and we let it slip. Okay. They want to give more minutes to Jayshawn Tate. Please, 2K, I'm begging you to let me get in here and try to win a championship with Steph. They got to start Clay for this experience. We're going 8-man rotation here. Game 6, we're once again maybe about to lose to the Thunder. They are the team that has been bouncing us here. They bounced us last year, and they might bounce us again this year. We do take it. Can we hold on to the lead, though? And we do. 135-114. And now we have a huge Game 7 back in Oakland, or San Fran, I guess, is where it's at now, I believe. So, come on. Game 7. We need Stephen Curry. Game 7. Clay, Game 6. Whatever it takes. It's looking good. It's looking good. We're blowing them out right now, and that is looking like a beauty. We are going to the finals. 104 to whatever it was. Jalen Brunson is your finals MVP, conference finals MVP. Then Steph is your conference finals MVP. 141-104. Stephen Curry showed up for that Game 7. Kuminga 24. And now it is time to see if we can take down the Knicks to win a championship. The Knicks might have a free agent that I'm not sure of. Let's see. And they have Brunson, Grimes. No, kind of the same Knicks squad. They do have Vanderbilt, which is a really nice addition. But overall, I'm not that scared of this team. So can we get Clay, or Steph and Clay? I guess both of them, their championship. Game 1, 1-0 lead. Great start. 25-9 W start. Can we go up 2-0? We do. That's a great start. 41, 7-7. Can we go up 3-0? Yes, we can. Can we get Stephen Curry another championship? Yes, we can. And just like that, Stephen Curry is your finals MVP. Now, my goal was to win multiple championships in this video, but you know what? I think it's poetic justice to end off on one more championship, because honestly, I like to end off on a good note. So I'm going to end it there. Probably title this video, I rebuilt the Warriors till I won Steph one more championship, and we were able to do just that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We definitely didn't reach the goal I ultimately had coming in, but hey, at least we still got Steph one more ring, and that's what matters to me. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you on the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.